I'm pleased about that. I think we have to do some things to get the players surrounding them to be able to produce like that. But yeah, the players don't have to be the next David Johnson. I'm concerned for the fact that you get around this time next year and people will be looking, well, he's not David Johnson. Well, you don't look for David Johnson. You won't find him, okay? That young man will be developed over the course of time some other years. But you just got to let the next running back be who he is and play to his talent. And we'll do the same as coaches to try to put him in a position so he can win with his talent.
Even though he didn't win on Saturday, how much help did that give Sawyer going forward? I think he played well and gave you a chance.
Well, yeah, he gave us a chance. Sawyer came out and did a nice job, you know, because we right at the beginning of halftime, you know, really thought they had a good plan for what they were doing against Breon. Breon wasn't up to speed. He was limping a little bit, and he wasn't, you know, we couldn't get the edge. And so ultimately, to get back in that game to do what we wanted to do was use our receivers and open the thing up that way. And Kollmorgen was the way to do it. And we went to Kollmorgen, and I thought he did a great job. The first drive, you know, he took us down and took us through a couple third downs, I believe, to complete that last play to get us in the end zone. And from then on, the thing started to turn. If we'd have just played a little bit, I wish we were a little bit better defensively that day against them, but all their talent is on offense. But go back to Sawyer, you know, he gave us the burst that we needed, the spark, and then the 3 turnovers on the defensive side continually kept weeding away at that lead, and put us in position, you know, with 8 minutes or 9 minutes to go, you know, we're within 13 points, and all the momentum was on our side, and so yeah, credit Sawyer and credit the receivers. And the offense of being able to adapt and adjust and go no huddle for the first time this season in the second half on the spur of a moment. We had to flip it to create that spark so we could make a run at them, and they did so, and they did it very well.
This has nothing to do with your playoffs, but did you get a chance to observe the selection show yesterday at the FBS level?
I did not watch it. You know, I saw a lot of replays all night long because I didn't sleep that night, but no, it was I didn't see the end of it, but I did see a couple of the ends of those football games on the bus ride home. So.
Do you have any thoughts on what they went through on Sunday before they finally selected?
You know what I think about the whole thing is relating to how it relates to us the most is they have a bracket system now, and what a great deal for the fans and for the teams. You're going to play Ohio State versus Alabama, and you're going to play Florida State versus, who I don't even know who plays who, Oregon. I mean, how good a deal is that? Because of this. It's not just a bowl game. It's what we play for. When you go in that game, there's going to be a winner and a loser. Doesn't matter it's who puts a good plan together and who's got the best players that day, because, you know, you might get a little nicked up that day, and then you go play again the next week, and you don't get 2 months to get ready for a championship game. You get 1 week after that to get the guys back on the field and play, and they're going to be playing for all or nothing like we play for. It's not just a trip and a ring and a watch and an iPad. You know, they're going to have to go through a bracket system where if you lose, it is devastating, and if you win, it's exhilarating. And that's what college athletics should be about, and that's what's great about that bracket system, because you got to leave it on the line. It's all or nothing.
There's been some talk that because of this and the way with TCU and Baylor getting left out, that some of the FCS games would get left off of their schedule. Have you followed any of that talk, and how will that affect you guys?
Well, I think long term that after those guys got left off for playing those teams, you can rationalize why they think that way now. So yeah, I think that over the course of time, that will be a factor in this. At that level, you're not going to get to play those teams because they got left off and basically punished. Now, I'd say this. I don't know what they're doing up there, but I'll tell you this. I would guess they're going to have 8 teams here real quick, you know, playing for this, because and that's the way it should be. If there's that many conference champions, put them in a bracket and play this thing out, because the fan will see when they're playing all or nothing, it's a different game. It's a different game and a different attitude and a different everything, instead of just a bowl game where you're playing 8 versus 16. You know, that's just a game. When you're playing for all or nothing, that's when it gets really exciting, because everything is on the table and everything is out there to win or lose. So that's the cool part about it, but I think that's what they'll find out by going through this process now of how how big this is.